Industry Insider coming to you from BigSound 2012. It is the last day, and we're here at Lime's Rooftop Hotel Bar, brought to you by Jay Dillon, and joining me, Gregg Donovan, who we haven't seen in a very long time, from Wonderlick Entertainment. How are you, my friend?
Good, thanks, champ. Yourself? Good to see you again.
Thank you very much. Thank you. You looking well?
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks. It's been a while since, where was it, Austin, Texas, saw you last time?
Yeah, 2009.
Jeez, was that long ago?
I think that was the Josh Pyke showcase.
Yeah, it was too.
That really nice hotel. What was that hotel called?
I don't know. It was too many years ago now.
Down the other end of the town. But yeah, no, it's good to see you, mate. We wanted to get you on camera to have a chat to you about Wonderlick Entertainment, but also your career yourself. As you know, you would have heard around BigSound that we've been going around and talking to keynote speakers, and just getting a bit of an insight into the industry. So,
right.
For the uninitiated out there, can you let them know how you got into the industry and where you started?
Well, I was from Canberra originally. I played drums in bands, and I was a pretty terrible drummer, but I was good at organising the gigs and organising, the promotion of the shows and those kind of things. And I was kind of a manager before I knew I was, because I managed my own bands. I did all the gigs, I did everything, and it wasn't until a friend in another band said, "Oh, you're really good at managing your band. Can you manage ours?" I was like, "What do you mean?" It just hadn't crossed my mind. I was just sort of naturally did it. So I kind of grew from there. I started booking bands in Canberra and bringing them through in the early 90s, and then I realised I needed to get out of Canberra if I wanted to get serious about it.
Yeah.
So I went to Sydney and I started working for Steve Pav, who owns Modular now, who was a promoter back then, and I was just an office guy for him, doing office work, and I kept bugging him to train me as a tour manager, and he eventually did, and I spent most of the 90s on the road, tour managing bands, and working with everyone from Beastie Boys to Ben Harper, Fugazi, and a lot of really cool acts, NoFX, and just tons of great bands. And then I went out freelance and did stuff with things like Ricky Martin and Shania Twain.
Yeah, right.
And I continued to do tour management pretty much just as a promoter rep once a year for the big day out as the management company started being more successful. Grinspoon was the first band that gave me the luxury of going full-time as a management company, where I'd always sort of juggled being on the road and managing bands at the same time. And so, I just sort of, the only thing I'd do was Big Day Out, because I really enjoyed it. It was really good fun.
Yeah.
The last one I did was, I think maybe for 7 years, that's the only thing I did on the road outside of my band. So I managed, and I did, Lily Allen and things like that, and the Happy Mondays for them. And the last one I did was Muse in 2010, and that was just so much fun and so great to be doing the headliner of Big Day Out. And those guys had worked their arse off for a long time, and they'd just been through a really long European tour and US tour, and so they were in this position where they're like, well, we're in Australia, it's summertime, we've got a lot of time between shows, let's spend some money. So it wasn't like they were being always like that. They're not really opulent, but that tour was opulent. It was over the top. We were spending a lot of money on big luxurious yachts on Sydney Harbour and inviting their friends along and doing all these kind of fun things. And at the end of that, I was like, right, I'm not doing this anymore. That was just too good. I'm going to leave it right there. And so I haven't done any tour management then. But, now the management company's really grown into something solid now. We've got Boy and Bear and Josh Pyke and Airbourne and Jackson McLaren and the Paper Kites, who played here at BigSound, who are really coming through right now and doing really good. They just got their first ad on Triple J this week. And we're doing Tim Hart, who's the drummer from Boy and Bear, has a solo record out right now too. And we're branching out as well into labels and publishing and a whole bunch of stuff now. So, it's been, basically it's all happened through being on the road and touring and working for promoters and then plugging that into my management company.
What do you think? I've asked everybody this that we've had on camera. What do you think about what would be the one thing that sort of pulled you through your career, because it's such a hard industry to stay in, and it's and people do face their challenges, but it seems to me that there's just something there that's similar to everybody that pulls them through. What is it for you?
It's the music. It's I think everybody I know, most people I know in this business are music fans. And that's, we'll talk about music more than we'll talk about the business of music.
Yeah.
But that's very much been it. I was just like, many other people. I was, down with every bit of pocket money buying records from the record store when I was younger, and I'd obsess over certain bands and albums, and I just loved it. I never thought about doing anything else. I honestly didn't. From like the age of 16, I knew I wanted to do this, and I was organising shows in high school and putting on shows then with local bands and things like that. So just and my parents were really encouraging of it too. So they were really supportive. They knew it was something I was passionate about, made me happy, and they kept saying, you've got to make that work because that's what you love. And so yeah, I mean, it's the music. There's nothing more special than walking into a gig that you've had a big part to play of, and it's sold out, whether it's a small club or a large theatre or whatever. It's a fantastic feeling to be there, and when they go on stage and everything, I still get those goosebumps, when they walk out and the crowd jumps, and it's kind of magic. Without trying to sound too corny, it really is, and I love that side of it, and I will do many hours of really crap, annoying work just because I know those moments will come, and it's all about the music.